Hello, I'm Ace. This is Tara Phillips, my human, and her critical moment, and then going into late adulthood. Tara's therapy story starts at 4 years old when her parents sought guidance for Tara's speech delays and how that affected her ability to communicate her emotions, which she had a lot of big emotions, and struggled to interact with her classmates also because of her um, lack of communication and like verbal skills. This was improved, um, well, first, shortly after she started therapy, she was diagnosed with autism, uh, and her verbal skills improved once her parents were more involved and talked with her more, and also she had speech therapy. Um, but her uh, issues with connecting with peers um, is a through point through her story. And she was diagnosed with social anxiety in like beginning of high school at 15. So that is a major issue. And then the executive function with autism is something that continues to come up. And she also experienced verbal bullying in middle school and high school, so further like conflict and feeling like she was othered um, in social settings. Her critical period uh, is while she is 25 and she graduated from college 6 months ago. Uh, for context, it took her 6 years to graduate because she had to repeat uh, a few classes. And she struggled to settle on a major. Ultimately, she picked something that made her happy, which is theater. She made some theater major friends, but most of them knew each other longer because they decided on their major sooner. Thus, Tara describes feeling more disconnected from the group, and they want to socialize way more than what she's like comfortable with, so they slowly stopped inviting her to things after graduation. Tara currently lives with her parents because her job doesn't pay enough to pay rent. And when she's not at work, she is painting miniatures, talking with some online friends, and scrolling on dating apps. Early in college, she went on a, excuse me, a few dates with a guy that her friend set her up with, but she lost interest in him. And now, while using dating apps, she realized none of the men are remotely appealing to her. But she didn't have that issue when she switched gender preferences, um, and found women appealing. Tara says she likes the process of matching with women, but gets stressed out knowing how to talk to them and has never felt confident enough to go on a date with anyone she matches with. So, stage of life summary. The most relevant theoretical insights of this stage are Erikson's psychosocial development theory and Arnett's emerging adulthood theory. Arnett describes emerging adulthood as a transitional period between ages 18 and 25 generally, but that varies in Tara's case due to her neurodivergence, um, kind of setting her back a bit. And so she's probably going to be an emerging adult a few years later than 25, getting her footing in the job market and stuff like that. Uh, it is a time, emerging adulthood is a time when people are exploring who they want to be as adults. They have gained more independence from their parents, but have not yet embraced total independence from their adult responsibilities. And his psychosocial development theory, PDT, uh, Stage Intimacy versus Isolation from 20 to 30 focuses on seeking and maintaining meaningful relationships, which is a task Terra is very much involved in. Uh, Here are the theory considerations. CBT and hobby-based group counseling are the main theories interventions that I intend to apply to Tara's critical moment. I use hobby-based counseling to encompass like creative, interactive, activity-centered therapy, such as art therapy, drama therapy, and tabletop role-playing gaming therapy. CBT, which I guess I should also explain, cognitive behavioral therapy, for this application involves evaluating problematic thinking patterns that are getting in the way of Tara's goals, engaging in role-playing exercises to how to respond to stressful social situations after practice and increase comfort. Will encourage Tara to face her fears instead of avoiding them and arm her with problem-solving skills to cope with the difficult situations. Tabletop role-playing games, otherwise known as TTRPGs, are a therapeutic tool, can be a therapeutic tool used to help usually autistic adults in a engage creatively with other autistic adults in a safe space where they can role play as fantasy characters to pretend to be whoever they want to be in a world without everyday stressors of they usually come across in social situations that they want to avoid. Cultural considerations. It is important to consider how her two diagnoses affect her and what kind of socialization she is most comfortable with exploring. Note her sensory and social triggers. Because she has been a hermit for several months, as she describes it, it would be inappropriate to thrust her into going out every week with loud noises and strangers. Also good to be aware of the added challenges queer women face in the dating scene, with yeah, finding other queer women. There's not a lot of queer bars, or lesbian bars specifically. So stuff like that as far as the challenges she might face. Then clinical intervention. During our individual session, I will utilize CBT tactics mainly by diving into what her fears are of putting herself out there, then reframing thoughts like, I'm scared everyone is making false judgments of me, to, I know who I am. I can control what others think of me, and their perspective does not change who I really am. Have her pick which hobby-based group therapy she wants to be a part of. She will participate in the group, and in each solo therapy session with B, we will evaluate her progress towards her goals described above. Yes. Cultural intervention slash advocacy. After Tara has made progress in CBT and group counseling to the point that she is comfortable engaging with people who have similar interests, I will find local events that focus on her preferred hobbies, then encourage her to pick one social and creative event that she can go to each month. And then I'll also lower the commitment stress even further by saying that is still a success if she leaves the house, just gets out of the house, and see what the event is like, reminding her that she does not have to commit to staying at the event the whole time and can leave whenever she wants to, because she described that being a stress before of feeling the need to stay the whole time and ashamed when she leaves early. Tara after young adulthood. When Tara was 31, she met Jade through a mutual friend. at a Pride festival, and they have been together ever since. They bonded over their common interest in tabletop gaming and, quote, nerd culture. Jay comes from a different cultural background of being raised upper middle class and biracial, African and European. Jade also uh, had to do more growing up before meeting Tara because she had a kid from a previous relationship at 27, while Tara was 26 and still working toward moving out of her parents' house. So yeah, while she was starting a family, Tara was still, yeah, working on that. Tara's helped Jade raise her son, Jabari, since he was 6. Jade is the more financially stable and uh, better, like, executive function one. Um, According to Tara, this made Tara feel unworthy of Jade's love for a long time because she did not see herself as contributing equally and just like causing more stress to Jade. But that was worked out through therapy. Currently, at age 79, she lives with her stepson, Jabari, and is receiving hospice care due to her declining cognitive function with dementia. She lost Jade a year ago due to a heart attack. Tara is depressed with the absence of Jade, and she sometimes reverts to her younger self and thanks the hospice staff. And by younger self, I mean like in her 50s when she was at the age of taking care of her parents who had lung cancer. Um, she reverts back to that stage uh, and thinks that the staff are there to treat her parents. Jabari has been having a tough time grieving his late mother while he takes care of Tara because he says he has to remind Tara often that her parents passed away and Jade is not coming home. He says his this distresses her each time, even when she doesn't remember the loss of her loved one. She says she is bored and has no interest in activities she used to enjoy. Late adulthood, theoretical, and individual considerations. Tara is on the encore phase of Cohen's human potential development, meaning her focus is on celebrating the past, family, community, and is important to assist her with this task. Major consideration is how Tara's dementia will affect her mental health treatment. Not only can her memory bank vary per session, but dementia causes language skills to decrease and the ability to verbally express emotions. But people with dementia still typically, like motor skills and visual skills aren't affected by dementia. Um, Other things at this age might affect those things, but for Tara, that's not an issue. Uh, Art therapy, and that's from the source Wang 2016. Art therapy is useful with this population to allow patients to visually express their emotions, especially negative ones, which helps alleviate their behavioral and psychological symptoms and improve their quality of life. CBT is used in many ways to help memory care clients who have depression and anxiety as well, including redirecting their negative distortions into more adaptive ways of viewing a situation. Her other individual and cultural considerations include the understanding of the interaction of spousal loss and dementia symptom regression, or excuse me, dementia symptom progression. Intersectional consideration of how the hospice staff respect Tara's grief over her wife and respect her relationship with her stepson and caregiver, who is of a different race. Consider Jabari's mental health and how it affects Tara. Supporting him will benefit Tara as well. And recognize that her being on hospice does not truly indicate that she is super near death. Uh, and no matter what, she deserves to strive for comfort and happiness. It's not time to give up, essentially. Clinical application. Meeting Tara where she is at each session. What works in one session, responding to her dementia symptoms might not work the next. And because she can be in vastly different headspaces. Also providing Jabari with resources about how to interact with a bereaved person with dementia and provide a listening ear to his experience during this time. Using art therapy, mostly activities that focus on the sensory and emotional experience, uh, and CBT methods with Tara and Jabari to improve her quality of life. She's also a creative person, so the art therapy activities will hopefully bring her joy in her final years. In conclusion, I have really enjoyed the series of assignments. Uh, it gave me, I like creating Tara as a character, and it gave me a greater confidence in my ability to research different cultures and therapeutic methods to address various presenting issues. Even though, I didn't get into a lot of different cultures with her, um, I still feel like I've improved my skills to research other cultures as I come across them. And I hope you enjoyed learning about my human, Tara Phillips. Thank you very much. The end.